Expansion requires safety. If you don't feel safe receiving more, your body will not let you keep it. This is the step that honestly most people, including myself, skipped. Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you can see some steam coming up, it is my Christmas mug. It's my first year doing like the Christmas like inner child shit, and I used to not do it because I thought, oh, like I'm too old for that, or like I'm not meant to do it and stuff, and I will wait until I have kids or whatever it is. And I'm like, no, I'm doing things that I didn't do as a child. I'm letting myself have the matching Christmas pajamas, and I'm letting myself have a Christmas mug and all the things that make me go giddy when I see it. I'm trying to be part of that a little bit more. And it makes perfect sense that today I've decided to show you a mug that makes my inner child go all giddy when today is all about the nervous system. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Katerina and I am a shadow guide. I work with astrology and shadow work to shine a light on your wounds and to help you walk from the underworld into your soul-led path. If that sounds like something that interests you, then welcome to my channel. And I have one spot, and I mean only one spot, available for December for a core wound reading. I will bring them back sometime in January. I'm not sure when, but literally I'm only taking one client in December. So if that interests you, if the sound of a core wound reading captures your attention, then all the information is down below with what you receive through that core wound reading. So you have gone to the roots, you have been through the purge, and now you're at the safety. What does the safety mean within your body? The safety is your inner child, the parts of you that had experiences that your nervous system has created as safety. And it doesn't matter what those experiences were, it equates something with danger, so it keeps you safe. Your nervous system has a rhythm when it comes to things that it deems unsafe, and that rhythm normally keeps you in a loop of either waiting because it's not safe yet to like escape this rhythm, or it makes it keep you inward, keep you in this safe zone. Now, to someone who's looking, that could look like a box, but to yourself, to your inner child, this is all it knows. That box is all that your inner child knows in order to keep you safe. So your nervous system holds on to familiar stories because it is safe there. Even if they may hurt your future, even if they may hurt your present, even if it sabotages you from a job or from a bank balance or from holding wealth, your nervous system, your inner child, knows no different. It only knows the familiar, and that familiar is safe. So, how does this safety shape your money story? Well, first of all, you'll go through moments where you sabotage, you avoid your bank account, you avoid the money that you have in your bank account. So, you might spend abruptly, quickly, you might sabotage holding wealth because inside it doesn't think it can. It hasn't had proof that it can hold wealth. So, how that manifests is you literally release all the wealth. You don't feel safe holding wealth, so you spend it. This is the same with love. It's avoidant or anxious or both. Avoidant looks like what I just said. You avoid your bank account, you avoid talking about money, you avoid learning about financial literacy. You might sabotage by spending all of your money, not on things that align with you, but genuinely on things that don't. You might I call it desperation spending. You just in that moment, you don't feel good about yourself, so you buy an outfit, you buy something, and that's a desperation spend. It doesn't come from alignment, nor does it come from presence or come from intention. It's not an intentional spend. It is a spend that is reacting from a trigger. Anxious would be you holding on to every penny, you constantly looking at your bank account. You're so scared of something that might happen in 6 months' time because you don't have the money for it right now. You say no to opportunities because they involve money and you're so anxious about spending. These things, by the way, can happen no matter how much money you have in your bank account. It is a familiar story that your inner child tells you, but your inner child doesn't know that it's safe with money yet, so it still reacts the same way. You might reject opportunities, job opportunities, or people helping you with money. You might reject those opportunities because they feel too big and you don't know what happens with that, and it's unsafe because, again, your inner child doesn't know that expansion is safe. Honestly, your inner child will probably feel more safe in survival mode, more safe in chaos, because that's all it's known. The signs that you don't feel safe with expansion is tightness in your chest or in your neck. I had tightness in my neck. Anyone told me to be consistent with nervous system, like safety mapping, my neck would get so tight because my nervous system reaction was tightness in the neck. It could be panic after you hear some good news, because maybe after that you suddenly realize you that comes with the unknown, or that comes with spending things, or that comes with more responsibilities in a job, and your nervous system, again, your inner child has only ever felt safe with one narrative, with one story that is familiar. So your immediate reaction to that good news is like, oh yeah, but then after, that's when the panic starts to come in. That is literally your nervous system not feeling safe with expansion, so tries to pull you back, tries to make you cancel that appointment or cancel that interview, tries to stop you from like pressing publish on a post that might elevate your business. This might be sabotaging when things go well. It might look like you have gotten money and suddenly a month's gone and you spent it all. That's self-sabotage. That's something that you would do because ultimately it is genuinely not you. It is the fact that your nervous system, I like to call it inner child, has no idea of the new rhythm with things. So it's trying to keep you in your box again. Hey, we're safe in that box, keep me back in there. Now we're going to look at the astrology layer. So there are a few placements that you would look. So the moon is one of them. It's your emotional tie. Within my practice, Mercury is seen as the nervous system. So you would look at your Mercury and maybe any aspects towards the moon, Chiron, Saturn, or Pluto there. But the moon is your emotional state. It's how you self-regulate. It's how you also, in a wounded space, rely on others or other things or possessions to make you feel safer. It might be that your emotional state is to like spend lots of money because your moon is in Taurus, maybe, and you don't know how to self-regulate with yourself without outsourcing. So, for instance, I have my moon in Leo. So, quite often, my self regulation is affirming to myself, is saying to myself certain things that give me the validation that I used to seek from other people. It's hugging myself, which everyone needs to hug themselves. If you want to do the most basic nervous system regulation, just sit with yourself and hug yourself, breathe slowly, and tell yourself you're safe. The other placements would be Saturn or Pluto, depending again on what house they are or what sign it is, or if they've just got a healthy relationship within your chart. Pluto can be chaotic, but it's only chaotic because we fight it. It's only chaotic because we're not listening to those inner nudges, those inner knowings of where to lead, where to go. So change might feel threatening with Pluto being somewhere in your chart. Let's say it's just in the seventh. You may attract a lot of transformative relationships, but you're not listening to those inner knowings at the beginning. So it might be that you end up kind of putting yourself in circumstances with people and they were meant to happen like 100%, but Pluto will keep testing you, keep nudging you, keep wanting you to change, whether the way that you communicate or whether change the partner entirely. But it's all just like a test to say, hey, this is where you used to not speak your truth in relationships. You used to like hide your views in relationships. We need you to stop doing that because, again, like I said in the last video, that's an old contract. So those are just a few little things to be able to look at and kind of figure out how you can regulate your emotions, how you can give yourself expansion, but still be safe within that. Ultimately, if you envision your inner child or like your nervous system as your inner child, your child self doesn't know anything that happens in the future. They just know at that moment. So they hold on to that. Safety isn't logical, it's a memory. It's a memory within your body. So when you are going through certain things and it's been really traumatic, your body holds on to that memory. It's like, hey, last time you opened up to your mother, she completely dismissed you and made you feel horrendous. We know what's going to happen this time. Let's not open up. But maybe she's done healing within herself and you can open up now. But your nervous system, again, your inner child, only knows one story. It only knows opening up equals unsafe. So let's keep you in this box. This is safe. You have to almost disassociate yourself from your nervous system. It's not you, it's your nervous system. It's not your stories now, it's your nervous system stories. So if you've never had proof of money coming in consistently, your nervous system will always try and sabotage being consistent because it only ever knows inconsistency and it knows that it's okay there, it's safe. The consistent is new. You tried that before, it didn't work. Remember, we were left like with nothing. Let's not do that. Go back. Your nervous system is maybe holding on to an identity where it has always known struggle, but there's safety within that. I always say it's like a cage, but a pretty cage. It's got pillows, it's got like blankets, it feels safe. Like you feel like, oh, I could live here, this is okay. But really, it's a cage. It's just made it look very aesthetically pleasing. So your cage is something where you are always struggling financially and you know there should be more than this. You know logically you're like, if I just like figure out what business would be good for me, I'm sure I can make more money. I'm sure I can. Again, it's not you, it's your nervous system, it's your inner child only knows one story, and that one story is struggle equals earning money. And that's the only way I know. So this ease, this rest, this receiving, I don't know what that is like that. I haven't been taught that. All I know is struggle. And that struggle equals money, or that money equals struggle, whichever way you want to look at it. So when you want to feel, so when you want to grow and expand and build wealth, you have to teach your body a new safety. You have to ground your body every day with the idea that it is safe with expansion. So, how do we create safety? Repetition. And I know that's the word consistency in my past would have spiraled me into doing a 30-day challenge and then dropping, and I never knew why I stopped. And it was because I exhausted myself in doing this like really harsh 30-day challenge, and my body was like, see, we knew we couldn't do it, let's go back to the old way. Repetition is like every single day, breathing in 4, breathing out 6, box breathing, shaking in bed, like just shake your hips side to side. It's holding your belly and being like, we're safe now, we're safe, and taking deep breaths with that. It's grounding, it's neck rolls, it's shoulder rolls. Those are the kind of repetitions that would regulate your nervous system. Consistent humming. Every time you feel your neck tightening or your chest tightening, hum. Hum helps to regulate. I used to check my bank account every single day because I was avoidant, and I would hum at the beginning, sometimes during, and then at the end. And I would just observe, not pick at what I spent or not pick at what I was trying to hold on to, but just observe my bank account and try and make the relationship with my bank account neutral. Learning a new safety is making small yeses. You know, with what I said earlier about if you got big news or good news and then afterwards you panic, go through with it still. Breathe, slow breaths, hum, swaying, whatever makes you feel like safe again, but still go through with it. It's the small yeses also. It's saying yes to someone helping you, like I said in a few videos back about receiving. It's saying yes when someone offers. It's saying yes to an opportunity, even if it scares you. It's saying yes to a networking event, even if it scares you. That's how our nervous system, our inner child, can also learn a new type of safety, is when you actually put yourself in new surroundings. When I first broke up with my long term boyfriend, I moved from Birmingham back home near London, and I didn't know anyone. I had lived in Birmingham for 5 years. I really forced myself. I went through a really, let's just say, transformational relationship, and I forced myself. I looked myself in the mirror and I said, if you do not go out and meet new people, you will be stuck here forever. You need to push yourself out of your comfort. So I went to every meetup I could find, coffee meetups, salsa meetups. I went to like a Greek meetup. I went to Chinatown meetup. I just went to everything. And every time I went in and I was like, okay, we're going to be brave today. We're going to go up to people and just introduce myself and just like see what happens. And that was really scary. But my nervous system felt safe with people, then with new people, with introducing myself. It built my confidence in that time, having just gone through an ending of an 8-year relationship where you kind of like met like what's the word, you kind of like merged into each other's lives. I had to start fresh. I had to figure out what I liked, what I wanted to do, and I had to force myself into those uncomfortable situations. So as much as you need to make sure your nervous system is regulated whilst you do those things, deep breaths, say you got this, don't worry, we've got this, I'm here, I'm not leaving you, I'm safe. Go and do things that expand that nervous system safety. Once the mind is expanded, once the mind learns, it can't go back to its original size. So you just got to kind of gently put yourself in experiences where you can learn a new safety, especially with expansion. If we're talking financially, like I said, if you're avoidant, check your bank balance every day. Breathe in for 4, out for 6. Do that a few times. And then when you look at your bank balance, just say to yourself, we're just observing. Nothing's going to happen here. We're just observing. If you're an anxious spender, if you watch your bank account so many times, just have a way that keeps you safe. Like, still keep that budget, but in that budget, say £5 goes to joy, goes to something for joy. I'm going to buy myself flowers. It will teach yourself, hey, I can hold wealth and still expand. I can hold wealth and still have joy. That is anxious attachment styles. Sometimes you have to really give way more love and way more attention, because you can easily just go like straight back into holding things tightly and not leaving. Write a letter to money as if it was a partner. Really think about how you are with money. Do you avoid it? Do you try and not spend much time with it? Do you hold on tightly to it and like don't want to let it go? Often when you look at your relationships, you'll see a pattern, and that pattern is the exact same pattern that you would have with wealth. So looking at your moon sign, looking at your Mercury sign, looking at your 4th house, and seeing how you naturally feel like safe, how you would feel comfort, especially if you've got any planets in your 4th house. See how you can soothe and self-regulate whilst making sure that you kind of build with expansion. This is also where Venus could come in, with embodiment practices. When I tell you that for so long I was going from purge to embodiment and nothing was happening for me, and I mean that so deeply, nothing was coming out for me. I had no opportunity sent my way. I was having no income sent my way. I didn't understand what was happening. And it wasn't until one day where I decided to watch a video on healing your relationship with money, and my neck got so tight, I was struggling to breathe, and I could feel my heartbeat in my neck. And I just went, oh my goodness, whoa, what's happening here? What's happening? And then I started to realize, oh shit, this is my nervous system. My nervous system isn't safe with money. It does not feel safe with healing this relationship with money, because it involves consistency. And that's a whole other topic that I could get onto. But that's where I had to go into that path and have this whole face to face step that I did. And it wasn't an easy process, and it wasn't something that was tangible, but I got there. And this is why I say a lot of people miss this bit. And I know a lot of people talk about nervous system safety and they make it sound like it's this thing that everyone's talking about, but I guarantee everyone knows, but no, not many people are doing, because they don't know how to do it. They don't know how to safety map. And it really is regulating your nervous system in the most simple ways. The breathing techniques, the grounding techniques, the presence, sitting in silence and just like listening to what your body, what your mind is saying, and just repeating, I'm safe here. And then giving it the tiny little steps on showing how you're safe with holding wealth, how you're safe with expansion. And that every day, it leads up to something big. But you can't just do it like once a month and expect yourself to have a regulated nervous system. It takes daily little steps, repetition, consistency, and that is how you regulate your nervous system. You help your inner child to feel safe on this journey with expansion. If you comment down below your moon sign, I can tell you how you can self-regulate, self soothe with your emotional state. And yeah, I want to thank you so much for watching. I want to remind you that I only have one reading left. If you are interested in all of this, I do give you an embodiment practice within that service. So if that sounds like it's something that interests you, then again, links all below, everything is there. And I will see you in the next phase.